I believe that this is an organized conspiracy and being paid for out of federal money.
Who are you speaking for as part of the Citizens Advisory Committee? Are you just one fact speaking for just yourself or for the entire committee
When
now?
I speak as one of the directors along with Mr. Wilson of the Albina Citizens Council, representing the Albina Women's League, the Black Berets, and a new organization which has been doing tremendous work on model cities, the North Portland Urban Affairs Committee.
Have you met with these committees before you made this appearance
We
today?
have, and they have assessed the situation too. Our meeting last night was to tone down what we would do here today, to put it in perspective. But each of the organizations have agreed that this has been nothing but a federally paid conspiracy. And all of the people involved feel that model cities is the most dangerous and treacherous thing that could happen to our community.
There were representatives from each one of these.
When the council chambers meets, all of these representatives come together.
I'm talking about last night's meeting between you and Mr. Wilson.
It wasn't between Mr. Anderson. It was between our groups that we, as you say, so-called representative, people that are tired of being exploited in this community, people who are tired of letting Oreo cookies, white niggers, run our programs. Every program in this area that is put down here by the federal government has been bastardized by the City Hall and its administration through Ira Keller and them guys down there that are taking this federal money and using it as a political pork barrel. The poor are not getting anything of it. Every governmental program in this area that was put here to help the poor has been subjugated to these politicians in City Hall that are governed by Ira Keller. You're talking about racketeering in Newark, New Jersey in the City Hall, racketeering in San Francisco in the City Hall, racketeering in San Francisco in the City Hall. Somebody ought to look at this racketeering going on here in Portland. This is one of the
This made it more conclusive now that city government had conspired, that they're in a vicious plot to imprison and incarcerate any people who are openly and outwardly spoken. As Tom said, and I agree wholeheartedly, the bribery and corruption that went on in San Francisco and Seattle and throughout the country with the different police departments, this is the same type bribery. This is the same type corruption. Corruption is corruption.
What are you doing
Portland
about
needs
it?
to be cleaned up.
What are you doing about this?
There's
How are
nothing
you
we can do
combating it?
about it here because of the setup. We have no power. We are victims of this kind of a system. Here in Oregon, the minorities have no voice, and they try to keep us divided. And if you're a bad boy and tell somebody about you don't like what's happening to you, you don't eat. They try to run you out of town. Well, Tom Wilson's going to be here. I've learned how to eat catnip or anything to stay here. And the only way they're going to get rid of me is to kill me.